Good evening, fans, and welcome to Skalitsky Field in Waterloo Fireman's Park, where your 17U Waterloo team will be taking on Columbus. Waterloo's only action of the season so far, a short season that it will be, was a week ago Tuesday in a 6-5 loss against Cambridge. On the hill today for the Pirates, Waterloo, can't call them the Pirates. On the hill, Sawyer Tobias, his battery mate behind the plate, Ryan Hunter. Around the horn, first baseman Avery Peachy, second baseman Caden Selnow, shortstop Aiden Arians, and third baseman AJ Unzweta. Your outfield from left to right, Emmanuel Granados in left, Shea Selnow in center, and your right fielder is Leo Rodriguez Lara. Do not have the Columbus lineup for me. I'll just have to go by numbers as they step into the box. Hopefully they have numbers on the back of their t-shirts. I'm not sure. And leading off is number 2. I may be able to grab some of these names. They do have their team on Game Changer. I just don't see the stats are active right now, or at least the lineup isn't active. I might be able to fill these in during the half innings. I did hear that Columbus will be batting their entire lineup. I believe that is 12 players. So we'll see as we get through the lineup. But leading off for Columbus is number 2. Going to get started here a little bit early today. Scorcher in Waterloo. Close to 90 with some high humidity. Camera going to get blown all over the place here too. Opening pitch by Tobias in there, followed straight back. And we are underway. Knocked my camera a little off kilter. It did. Second pitch down low, a ball. One and one the count. Tobias delivers inside and tight. Almost hit him. Going to take a lot to hit one out of here today. Wind blowing in from center between 10 to 15 miles an hour. That's fouled back on an outside pitch. Even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a grounder to short. Arians has that over to first. And runner is out. 6-3 on the putout if you score along with us at home. Brings up number 21. Lefty. And that's fouled straight back. And that's taken at the knees for a strike. Tobias ahead, 0-2. Keep those at the bottom of the zone. Ground those babies into the ground. And there's a foul right over there by the bench of Columbus. Kicked off to the third base coach. He's checking it for scuffs. They'll keep that in play. get that down to the on-deck hitter, number 22. And Tobias comes inside and low, does an offer, does number 21, 1-2 the count. And that is a line shot foul out of play. Tried to poke that to left. Probably about 5 to 8 feet foul over there. And we'll do it again at 1-2. And just misses on the lower outside corner, 2-2. And there's a chopper to second. Caden Selnow off the heel of his glove. And number 21 is aboard. E4. So one runner on with 1 out. We'll see how long he stays there. Number 22 comes on to bat. Peachy holding him on at first. Step and a half lead over there. Sawyer with a cursory look over there. He's off with the first pitch. Hunter comes up firing and slides under the tag. Good throw by Hunter, but just a little bit late. So Columbus with a runner in scoring position. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. And that's popped up and over my head, not a play. 1-1 the count. Pirates in that loss against Cambridge turned a couple double plays. That's when Tobias was playing second. That's inside, misses 2-1. Only 3 infielders remain the same from last week's game. Down low. Hunter behind the plate, Peachy at first, and Arians at short. Only outfielder that's the same as Granados out in left. So some changes here in game 2. 3-1 the count. And that is popped up. Who wants it? Unzueta giving chase. He's calling for it, and he drops it. That hit off the heel of his glove. Well, we got some heel issues. So 3-2. Just a high pop fly. That's a chopper to third. Unzueta looks him back, throws to first. Peachy's got it, throws gingerly to third. So we'll take a out for an advance, I think there. 2 outs. 5-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. Brings up number 12. This is confusing. 2, 21, 22, and 12. Everybody's got a 2 in their numbers. First pitch to him is taken high for a ball. So Columbus with the initial run, 90 feet away. Good secondary lead over there. 2-0 to number 12. That's on the inside corner. Kept nibbling at it in the last couple of batters. Finally able to get one off that corner. 2-1. And that's down low. Gets away from Hunter, and 21 will come in to score. And Columbus with a 1-0 lead. Just misses up high. So a 2-out walk. Brings up number 6. Step and a half lead over there. Runner bluffs. And pitch is taken outside for a ball. And that is flied out to center. Selnow going to camp underneath that one for the 3rd out. And the inning is over. But Columbus picks up 1 run, strands a runner, and through 1/2 inning of play, it is Columbus 1, Waterloo coming up. 2 up for the Waterloo in their half of inning number 1. Rodriguez, Lara, Unzueta, and Peachy. Okay, we gave you the top 3 in the Pirate lineup. We can give the rest to you. Leo Rodriguez Lara leads it off for the Pirates. AJ Unzueta in the 2-hole. Peachy in 3. Shea Selnow 4. Aiden Arians 5. Sawyer Tobias number 6. Emmanuel Granados batting 7th. Ryan Hunter in the 8th spot. And Caden Selnow batting 9th. So Leo Rodriguez Lara stands in here. Opening pitch to him is swung on and missed in tight. And missed. I have the numbers of who's in what positions right now. I have no idea what their names are. That is on the outside corner. Misses. 1-1. That was close. And Rodriguez. Lara comes up empty. 1-2 the count. In there for called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Brings up A.J. Unzueta. Once again from the regular baseball season, normally seeing him in the 9-hole. He led off a week ago against Cambridge, and pitch to him is grounder to first. Number 17 will take that. 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. Brings up Avery Peachy, the first baseman, with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Waterloo trailing 1-0. Catcher sets up outside. Peachy pops one foul and out of play. Could have left that one alone. That was a ball. 0-1 the count. And another foul up the hill in the right field. 0-2. Don't know who's running the scoreboard. It's only saying 0-1, but it is 0-2. And a liner back to center field and gets past the center fielder. Peachy with a big turn. He's chugging for second. Throw is going to be high, and he's in there. So Pirates with a runner in scoring position with 2 down. Brings up Shea Selnow. Let's see if Shea can switch spots with him here. I just heard somebody say that. That was Aiden Arians in the on-deck circle. That is down low to Selnow. And number 2 tried to come up with a diving catch there and got past him just that little bit. Then when he tried to throw it into second base, it was high. Selnow with a grounder up the middle. Glove there by the shortstop, and 6-3 for the third out of the inning. So the Pirates strand a runner in scoring position but fail to score through 1 inning of play. It's Columbus 1, Waterloo 0. Tobias on for his second inning of work. He will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Columbus lineup. See if I can grab some names from previous games of these Columbus Cardinals, or whether or not they actually have Game Changer running right now. Problem is, if they don't have internet connection out here, you're not going to be able to... Oh, we do have... So number 7 stands in. First pitch by Tobias, curveball over his head, ducks, and it's out of the way. Yeah, that's a tapper foul. Even now at a ball and a strike. And a little poke into right field for a single. Leadoff batter aboard in number 7 for the Cardinals. Brings up number 17. Taken for a strike. And balk called, and runner will be on second. And misses outside, does Tobias. And taken on the inside corner. 1-2. And just misses on that inside corner. Not a bad spot. Might get a swing on that. And that's a line out into right. Leo Rodriguez Lara comes up with that one. And they're going to throw it home. And on the throw, number 17 heads to second base. So brings up number 3 with runners on second and third with nobody out. Taken for a strike on the inside corner. That's a little bit high. Even at ones. Inside misses. I can't tell who this is. There's 2 number 3s on this team. It's either Selnow or Meyer. I don't know which. Guessing it's Selnow. That misses up high. 3-1. And that misses on the inside corner. So bases will be loaded for Columbus and nobody out here in the second. And that is taken for a strike. Nice curveball by Tobias on the outside corner. Here's another strike. He's way ahead, 0-2 here. And that misses outside a ball. One and two. Tobias delivers. Swung on and missed right at the bottom of the zone. There's the first out of the inning. Let's see if we can get a double play here and get out of here. So first pitch, curveball on the inside corner, dropped by Hunter, but not far enough for anybody to try to advance. Mason Dykstra is your batter right now. And that is way behind him, and Hunter able to keep that pitch in front of him. And that's inside. Two and one the count. Bases still loaded for Columbus, and that is in there and swung on and missed. And did not offer. And that is up high, walks a run. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. It is now 2-0. That is taken for a strike in the inside corner. Definitely has his curve working today, does Tobias. That one's fouled back. There's that curveball, swung on and missed for the second out of the inning. So brings up number one in the lineup. Two down and bases loaded. Sorry, missed that. Oh, they're out. Didn't record it. Another curveball in there. 0-2. Tobias way ahead. Doesn't need to throw a strike here. And he didn't. But it swung on and missed. So 3 strikeouts in the inning. Columbus strands the bases loaded, but gets a run in the process through 1.5. It's Columbus 2, Waterloo nothing. Due up for Waterloo, Aiden Arians, Sawyer Tobias, and Emmanuel Granados in their half of inning number 2. Got most of the names for the batters so far. Just number 7 that came up to bat. There is no 7 in their roster for Game Changer, so have to figure him out. He is at third base, I believe. So Lundeen is your pitcher. His battery mate behind the plate is Brady Valesky. Try to get the rest of these for you as we go along. By about the time I get this all done, we'll start doing position changes and everything else. But that's okay. So Aiden Arians stands in to lead off the second for Waterloo and checks his swing. 1-0. That's on the inside corner. Umpire definitely favors that inside pitch. Direct opposite of last week's game where the outside pitch was being called a strike. And Arians with a grounder passed and over the glove of the third baseman. Arians with a single. So it brings up Tobias. Checking the runner at first. Arians only with about a 1.5 lead over there and foul tipped. Tobias comes up empty. And step off as Arians had about a 2-step lead over there this time. And hit him. Runners on first and second now for the Pirates. Brings up Emmanuel Granados. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Granados fouls that one straight back. Lundeen delivers, and that is taken inside for a strike. Owen 2 to Granados. And that is pop foul and just into the Waterloo dugout. We'll do it again at 0-2. And that is down low. Snap throw back to second. Throw goes into center field, but not far enough for Arians to think about going to third. 1-2 the count. Hit to the outfield grass. Arians has got some speed out there. Possibility to get one on the board here. And swung on. Big curveball for the first out of the inning. Brings up Ryan Hunter. And Hunter with a chopper to first. Bare hands it. Not in time, dropped over there. Arians going to come around third to score. So Pirates get a run back here. Everybody kind of switches places here. It's 2-1 with Caden Salno coming up. Hunter's safe on a fielder's choice. Tobias able to get into second on that throw to second by the first baseman. It was a nice, popped foul and out of play. It was a nice play, barehanded. I don't know if he had a play for Hunter at first, or even a chance to maybe flip it to the catcher. Hey, we'll take the run. It's 2-1. And chopper sell now. Third baseman fires way out of play. That was over the first baseman's head. Tobias will come in to score, and this game is tied. Hunter will move up to third. Selnow goes to second on the E5, excuse me. And we are back to the top of the order, and this game is tied. And Rodriguez fouls that one into the dugout. And umpires looking for baseballs. I got 3 of them over here on the sidelines. Avery Michaels sporting his catcher's gear. I don't know if he's going to come in and sub for Hunter the next go round, or whether that's just he's getting ready. That's in there for a strike. 0-2 to Rodriguez. He struck out in the first. And pop foul over my head. We'll do it again at 0-2. And take it for a strike. So 2 down in second and third. Brings up AJ Unzueta, who saw one pitch and bounced out to first his first time up. That is down low. Good stop. One and 0 to Unzueta. Pirates looking for the lead here. That is down low. 2-0 to Unzueta. And that's fouled off the stands up in right field. 2-1 the count. And Unzueta pops that one into shallow right. Coming in, and that ball is dropped. Hunter and Selnow both come in to score. And the Pirates lead it now. 4-2. One and 0 to Peachy. That is down low to Peachy. Two and 0 to Avery. Hitters count here. Pirates with 4 big runs here in the second. They lead it 4-2. And Peachy with a chopper to short. And kept it in front of him. Peachy will be safe. Unzueta moves up to second. So first and second with 2 down brings up Shea Sell now. Grounded out to short his first time up. And Sell now falls that one into the pavilion. Sell now underneath that one and fouls it off. Oh, and 2 to Sell now. Curveball up high. Unzueta will get down to third with a stolen base. Delayed steal. Peachy will hustle into second. 1-2 count to Sell now. Coach over there checking on AJ. Hopefully he's okay. He's going to stay in the game. Why not? That is taken for a strike at the bottom of the zone. And Sell now strikes out looking for the third out of the second, excuse me. But the Pirates batted around through 2 innings of play. It's the Pirates 4, Columbus 2. New pitcher and new catcher for Pirates. Lucas Gear comes in to pitch. Henry Michael will come out and catch. So, new pitcher, new catcher for Waterloo. Lucas Gear comes on as the pitcher. And Avery Michael Arians will take over for Ryan Hunter behind the plate. I think we're back to the top of the order, and Grayson Furcus swung on and missed at that first pitch. Yes, Grayson Furcus. And pitch is at the top of the zone for strike 2 by Gear. And Gear's pitch is over Furcus's head, 1-2. No need to throw that 0-2 pitch over for a strike. Gear delivers and popped up. Who wants it? Gear is going to call it, and he will catch it.
Hey, Jake, Lucas, be loud.
So F1, if you score along with us at home, brings up Jackson Gottfredson.
Here we go, Jackson.
And Gear's first pitch is up high ball. I believe Gear and Arians were battery mates back on the JV team this past season. And that's a line shot out to right. Leo Rodriguez off his glove and will fall into the outfield. Turned him around a little bit. So runner on first with one down. Brings up Brady Valesky, the catcher. Gottfredson was off with the first pitch. Slower delivery here. I got a feeling he might be off. Oh, swung on and missed. I thought maybe Gottfredson was stolen base in the first when he was on first base. Two-step lead over there. He's holding again. Grounder to third. That's past. Unzueta into left. So runners on first and second for the Cardinals with one down. Brings up Brendan Louie, who walked in the first. That's at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Inside, missed the pitch. Missed the plate, I should say, 1-1. And it hits the outside corner, 1-2. And popped up and foul out of play. Slow curve. It looked like he was going to drop in there. Louis had a swing at that. And a grounder up the middle. Nope, Arians has that. Shovels to second. And Selnow drops that. Bases will be loaded. So fielder's choice for Louis. Brings up Aiden Lundeen, opposing pitcher. So another number 2 is a pinch runner here for Louis. Bases loaded with one out. Let's try to turn 2 here. That misses down low. That is way outside. Hunter or Michael unable to come up with that one. Gottfredson comes in to score. It's 4-3 with runners on second and third with only one out. That's taken for a strike. 2-1. And that's pop fly out to Granados in left. He's got to run in for that one. He will catch that and throws to the plate. Avery Michael unable to corral that. Runner is safe at home. So this game is now tied with the go-ahead run 90 feet away, excuse me. Take it for a strike. And that's a grounder to second. Sal now has that over to first for the third out of the inning, but the Columbus gets two big runs and they tie this one up. They strand one through 2.5 innings of play. It is now 4-4. So Aiden Arians stands in now. The tie game here in the bottom of the third. That pitch is up high to him, ball one. And a grounder to short. Over to first. And that is way out of play. E6 on that throw. So, runner on second, nobody out. Brings up Lucas Gear, who took over for Sawyer Tobias. And swung on and missed by Gear. Three sets of brothers on this Waterloo team, Salnow, Arians, and Gear. Haven't seen Jacob here yet today, that's down low. throw over to second, and that goes into center field. That's taken for a strike. 0-2. 0-2 the count. And that is inside. Lucas Gear gets past Valesky. Arians will trot down to third on the wild pitch. So the go-ahead run is only 90 feet away. And Gear swung on and missed. Brings up Emmanuel Granados. With a runner on second. That is down low. Excuse me, runner on third. Forgot about that wild pitch. Arian's only 90 feet away here. Trying to do too many things here, folks. And Granados leaves that low pitch alone. 2-0. Avery Michael waits on deck. That is down low off the shin pad. Arians coming in to score, and he will score standing up. And Pirates, Waterloo with a 5-4 lead. 3-0 to Granados, with only one down here in the third, excuse me. And ball 4. Granados showing the bunt on 3-0. And brings up Avery Michael, getting a chance to bat here. He had a big double in that game against Cambridge last week. 7th inning double. That's inside a ball. Tobias down there coaching first. I got a new first baseman in the game for Columbus, and that's taken for a strike. That's not number 6 down there. I don't know what number that is. 27 maybe? Or is it 17? It is 17. Never mind, that is still the same catcher first baseman down there. And fouled away and up the right field line. One and 2 to Avery Michael. And inside 2-2. Popped up and fouled and out of play. 2-2 the count. Granados, the runner at first. There's an out in the inning. Lucas Gear out on a strikeout. Down low, and that is into the fence. Granados will take second on the passed ball. And stepping off is Lundeen. Full count to Avery Michael with one down and swung on and missed. So 2 down. Brings up Caden Selnow with Granado still out at second and swung on and missed. And that is a shot out to center. Is that going to fall? Nope, caught out there by Furcus. I think that's Furcus out in center field. So Waterloo with a run. They strand one through 3 innings of play. Waterloo 5, Columbus 4.
But at least it's shaded back there now. Yeah, it's all right. Not bad. Yeah. Thank God for the breeze. Right?
Okay, I think I've got the lineup and the defense and everything set here. So Stecker, Selnow, and Smith should be due up. That would be 17, 3, and 15, I believe. And 17 is at bat. That would be Grayson Stecker. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Catching the front of the plate there on that low fastball. There's another one. Swung on and missed. Avery Michael shying away from that. Don't know what that was for. 0-2 the count. To Stecker. Up high ball. And that is foul tipped. Stecker stays alive. Pop fly, who wants it? Looks like Arians is going to drift over towards third. And we'll take that for the first out. Brings up Bentley Selnow. Just misses outside. Same spot, same result, 2-0. Selnow with a walk in the second. That's inside a ball, 3-0 to him. Up high, 4-pitch walk to sell now. His second of the game brings up DJ Smith. Struck out his first time up. Sell now with a healthy lead over there at first. Gear delivers. Sell now holds. And pitch is taken high by Smith. Ball one. Throw over to first. Sell now back in time. Gear slow delivery. You're going to have a runner already on his way to second before you can pick him off. He holds. Bottom of the zone. Avery Michael going to bluff the throw down to first. Peachy was ready. 1-1 the count to Smith. And a grounder to Selno at second. He'll glove that over to first. And Smith is out on the 4-3 putout. 2 down. Peachy snap throw down to second. But Selno is in there safe. So runner on second with 2 down. And Mason Dykstra stands in. I believe this is number 5. And liner out to center. Selno drifting left and then takes a step in. And the Columbus half of inning number 4 is over. They fail to score Strand 1 through 3.5. It remains Waterloo 5, Columbus 4. Back to the top of the order for Waterloo and Rodriguez, Lara, Unzueta, and Peachy. So back to the top of the order for Waterloo. Strikeout victim his only 2 times up today. And he takes that one for a strike. And fouls that one straight back. Lights haven't been turned on here yet. And chopper to short. over to first. And first baseman able to hold the bag. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up A.J. Unzweta. 1 for 2 today. Down low a ball. And that's taken for a strike. Curveball on the inside corner. And that is inside to Unzweta. That actually hit him this time. That came all the way inside. So a runner aboard with 1 out brings up Avery Peachy. A lot of room down the right field line if Peachy wants to poke one that way. And swung on and missed. He was looking at left field before he even swung the bat. 0-1. That's down low. And Peachy line shot out to center. Firkus is going to run for days on that one. Peachy rounds first. He will head into second. Unzweta being waved home. That ball gets past the shortstop. And Unzweta will come in to score. It's 6-2, 6-4, excuse me. Peachy waited back on that one nicely. Brings up Shea Selnow. Curveball misses inside. And Selnow, big swing, no touch. Peachy will take third. One and one the count. Seventh run is 90 feet away for Waterloo. Selnow takes that one outside. 2-1. Down low. That's gets by the catcher, heads right up the third baseline. Peachy ain't gonna try to steal on that one. Or excuse me, try to score, I should say. 3-1 to count to Selnow. Arians waits on deck. And Selnow with a shot out to right. That is over Scott's head. He will head to second. Selnow digging for third. He's not stopping. Throw over to third, and the second baseman is late on the relay throw. So let's just trade places and add a run on the board. I can do that. Waterloo up 7-4. Selnow with a triple. And we will have a coaching visit to the mound. So let's see what happens here. As Arians will come into bat. So the last two batters for Waterloo, Peachy and Salnow, able to barrel one up. Scott playing way off the line out in right for Columbus. And that's exactly where Salnow hit it. Up towards the hill up there. Scott couldn't catch up to it, and by the time he did, Salnow was halfway to second. So 7-4 with Salnow on third and one down here in the fourth. Brings up Aiden Arians. Down low to him. Entire infield in shadow now. Most of the outfield as well. Arians leaves that one alone. 2-0. And that's on the inside corner. Arians didn't like it. That's been a strike all day. And that is down low and inside. 3-1. Down the middle, and Hopper, right, one Hopper, hot shot to the shortstop. Salnow will come in to score. It's 8-4. Arians with a single. So it brings up Lucas Gear, his second time, and takes that for a strike. Arians offers the pitch. Gear fouls that one outside the third base batter's box. He had the base stolen. Gear behind 0-2. And Gear with a little nubber up towards first. Shovel to Lundeen. Covering. So on the play, Arians moves up to second. So able to advance the runner, brings up Granados. That's fouled in onto the pavilion roof. That actually went over, I guess. Granados officially 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. And Granados comes up empty. That pitch kind of at the bottom of the zone, maybe a little bit lower than that. He's behind 0-2. And that is taken outside a ball. Arians will have third base stolen without a throw. And that's almost off of Granados' elbow. 2-2 the count. And swung on and missed. So that ends the Waterloo fourth. But they pick up 3 big runs. And Strand won, and through 4 innings of play, they lead it over Columbus 8-4.
Defensive flip-flop and right and second.
Quick defensive change for Waterloo. Flip-flop between second base and right field. Leo Rodriguez-Lara comes into play second. Caden Sell now moving out to right field. That's where he started the game against Cambridge a week ago. All other defensive players remain the same. So we've got Parker Scott, Trey Thomas, and then back to the top of the order in Grayson Furcus in the Columbus half of inning number 5. So Parker Scott, little chopper to short. Arians has that over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up Trey Thomas. And that misses outside and low. Got to brighten the cameras up here a little bit. Swung on and missed. Avery Michael having a problem trying to locate that ball. Don't know if it's the lights or what it is. Ball's getting dirty a little bit, I understand that, but you got nothing but green trees behind the scoreboard that Avery Michael should be able to pick up. 0-2, down low. That's the 3rd ball in a row that he's missed. And that's up over his head. 2-2 to Trey Thomas, strikeout victim in the 2nd. And that is strike 3 for the 2nd out. Brings up Grayson Furcus, 0 for 2 today. Grounded to short and a pop out to the pitcher. That is outside a ball.
Come on, Avery Michael, you got to be working on those, buddy.
And a hot shot past third, foul. One and one to Furcus. Swung on and missed at that inside strike. 1-2. Still don't need to throw this one over the plate. Keep her down in the zone. Oh, hits the corner before a called strike 3, and Gear goes 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. And through 4.5, it remains Waterloo 8, Columbus 4. Due up will be Avery Michael, Caden Selnow, and then back to the top of the order in Leo Rodriguez Lara. New pitcher on for Columbus. I believe that's number 2, Furcus. So a number of wholesale changes here for Columbus as well. So Furcus is coming into pitch. His battery mate now is Godfredson. Your new shortstop is Selnow. He moves from second to short. And your second baseman is Trey Thomas now. Voleski is out in center field. And Avery Michael takes that on the inside corner for a strike. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. And chopper into the dirt. Furcus will have that over to first. And Avery Michael out on the 1-3 putout. So it brings up Caden Selnow. And taken on the inside corner for a strike. Looks like Granados is warming up in the bullpen for Waterloo. Probably see him in the 6th. That is outside by Furcus, 1-1. Fouled straight back off the pipe. 1-2 to sell now. Outside, tried to come in with that cutter across the backside of the plate. Two and two to sell now. And stays alive. Dropped third strike, actually. Swung on and missed, didn't even touch it. And Selnow will be safe at first on a drop third strike. So brings up Leo Rodriguez-Lara for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out to short. Selnow only with a step lead over there at first. I don't know if he's going anywhere. Outside a ball to Leo. Ooh. Off the glove of Furcus. Waterloo and Columbus slated to meet in the spring of 2027 for high school baseball. That is at the corner, 1-1. It will be a Capital South, Capital North conference, or conferences matchup, I should say. Waterloo in the south and Columbus in the north. And swung on and missed as Leo 1-2 to him. I believe that's a home game here. I'm not sure about that. Talking 10 months away, probably, maybe 11. That's on the outside corner. That's that two-seamer he was trying to find. He was trying to find against Caden. So 2 down, a runner on first. Brings up AJ Unzueta. That's outside, maybe a little bit high, 1-0. Tried the same spot, same result, 2-0. I see Aiden Arians warming up as well. He's thrown to his brother on the sideline. Maybe he's coming in. Selnow off with the pitch, line shot into right. And dropped out there. So Selnow moves from first to third on that. First and third with 2 outs brings up Avery Peachy, who doubled and scored his last time up. And we're going to have a first and third signal here. Just in case Unzueta decides to try to swipe second here. Only about a step lead over there. That is down low ball. And Valesky out there in center, shading Peachy to right field. Scott guarding the line over in right as well. A lot of room in left center. Peachy can, oh, that's a little, excuse me, swing. That's going to fall fair. Unzueta will come go to third. Peachy will take second on the errant throw back in from the right fielder. So second and third with another run in with 2 out. It's 9-4. Brings up Shea Sell now. Chance to drive in a couple here. Outside a ball. Well, Waterloo doing something they couldn't do against last week against Cambridge, and that's score early. That's at the knees. 1-1 the count. A lot of room in left if Shea can get around on one. Not going to be able to get around one on the outside corner. 1-2 to Sell now. And Sell now with a shot out to right. Scott heading back. He's going to have it's going to be a tough catch. He's over his head. Sell now trotting into second. Unzweta and Peachy will come in to score. It's 11-4. That's a ball. 1-0 to Arians. That's down low. 2-0. Down low by Fergus, 3-0. Lucas Gear waits on deck. Maybe pitch it around Arians here to get to Gear. Set up the force. And that's a chopper to short. Sell now has that over to first. And it's out of play. Sell now will be awarded home automatically. E6. And it's 12-4. Still 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And up high to Lucas Gear, 1-0. That misses outside, 2-0. Fergus starts way on the first base side of the rubber. If he gets more in the middle, those might actually come over the outside of the plate. He's hit it a couple times, but he's missed more often than not. That's up high to Gear, 3-0. So a big stop sign on that bat for Gear, I would assume. And that's a nice swinging at 3-0. Second over to first, and Gear is retired. Four, 3 on the putout. But Waterloo with another 4 big runs in the 5th. And they lead Columbus 12-4. We'll get some defensive changes here for you when Waterloo takes the field. Well, here we go. This will be interesting. You've got brothers as battery mates. Aiden Arians coming on to pitch. Sawyer Tobias back in the game, re-enters at shortstop. Defensively, everything else remains the same for Waterloo.
You better catch those, Avery. You got an extra week of dishes every time you don't.
So brothers as battery mates here. Aiden throwing to Avery. Aiden will be facing 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Columbus lineup. Gottfredson, Valesky, and Louie. Arians, the pitcher of record who pitched a gem during the regular season. 7 innings against Lake Country Lutheran. Lake Country, the #1 seed in the Waterloo sectional. And we're able to dispose of them on a Friday night, 2-1. Big hit by senior Ryder Janke in that one. So Arian's first pitch outside a ball. Lights still have not been turned on here. And that is up high, 2-0. That's outside, 3-0. Showing bunt, pulling it back, and that is in there for a strike, 3-1. That's up high. So leadoff walk for Columbus. Brings up Brady Valesky. Big lead over there by Gottfredson. Throw over to first. Oh, that was close. Wow, good scoop by Peachy over there at first. That was close.
You almost got him on there.
And coming home, that is a grounder to short. And Tobias unable to come up with that one. E6. Could have been a double play. Secure the ball. A couple shuffles off to your left.
Hey, you're good. Hey, smart hitter here, right? See the ball was over.
So brings up Brennan Lucy. That's a chopper. That's number 6. I take that back. And comedy of errors. It's bases loaded. So we're looking at obstruction here. Umpire calling obstruction on the runner from first to second. Third base coach arguing with the umpire. But number 22 will be called out. That's an obstruction call. Well, it's first and third with 1 out. I don't know how he's not been. He's got his point across. Third base coach does. Well, somehow we skipped the batter. Throw it on to third. And dropped. It was a good throw by Avery Michael. Coming home. Nope, he's not coming home. Bluffed to throw. Bluffed to run. So, stolen base there. So, first and third, I was right. I didn't go first and second. It was first and third. With 1 down. Somehow, number 12 got skipped in the lineup, I think. And that is swung on and missed. 1-1. And grounder outside of first. 1-2 to Thomas Meyer. The runners on the corners. One down here at the top of the 6th. 12-4 Waterloo. And drop third strike, but first base is occupied. So brings up the first baseman, Grayson Stecker. Up high ball. In there for a strike, 1-1. Godfredson, the runner at third. Lundeen at first. Swung on and missed. 1-2 to Stecker. And it's the outside corner. Batter is out. So Columbus strands 2. Failed to score. Through 5.5. Waterloo 12. Columbus nothing. defense remains unchanged for Columbus. Seven, 8, 9 do it for Waterloo. Granados, Avery Michael, and Caden Selnow. Ferkus on for his second inning of work. Waterloo with tallies of 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth. That's how they got their 12 runs. Columbus's 4 came in the first 3 innings, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. They've been held scoreless the last 3. And take it for a strike, Granados. Waterloo needs a first base coach. Looks like Ryan Hunter's going down there with his helmet. And swung on and fouled straight back. 0-2 to Granados. And that is high. Just got to bring that down just a smidge. Ferkus almost had that. Not a bad waste of a pitch anyway. And that's a grounder to second. Oh, look at that. Nice snag by Thomas over there at second. 4-3 on the putout. Nice snag over there. So it brings up Avery Michael with 1 down here in the 6th. On the inside corner for a strike. That's up high, ball 1. That's stuck to Ferkus's hand a little long there. 2-1 the count. That's a foul up the right field line. 2-2 to Avery Michael. And swung on and missed. 2 up, 2 down for Waterloo. And brings up Caden Selnow. Scored twice today. Once on a 2 for 3 today, actually. Fouled straight back. Reached on an error in the 2nd and scored. And in the 5th inning, was the benefit of a drop third strike. He reached first and came around and scored. That's on the corner. Oh, and 2 to sell now. And a little comebacker to Furcus. Over to Stecker for the out. And the side is retired. So Waterloo goes 1-2-3 in their half of inning number 6, but they maintain a 12-4 lead. 2 up for Columbus in their half of inning number 7, 8, 9, and 10. Selnow, Smith, and Dykstra. So Arian's back on to hopefully close this game out and give Waterloo their first summer league victory of the season. We'll take a big comeback by Columbus to make that happen, however. Winds have died down here a little bit. Flag is still blowing a little bit, but not to the extent it was earlier today.
Here we go, Bentley.
So Arian's trying to close this one out. First pitch to Selnow is outside a ball. Selnow walked twice so far today. Stranded on second both times. And that's a chopper back to first off of Selnow's glove. Over to first. Leo Rodriguez Lara with a nice backup play on that. The 1-4-3 ground out. Don't see that very often. So DJ Smith stand in now. Swung on and missed. Strike one. And that is in there for a strike. Smith quickly behind, 0-2. And that's on the outside corner. 2 up, 2 down. Columbus's last chance here lies with Mason Dykstra. That is fouled back into the fence, 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Arians. 0-2. And Arians fouled off by Dykstra into the Waterloo bench. And we'll do it again at 0-2. And swung on and missed. And this game is over. So Waterloo took a little bit to finally get going here, and once they did, floodgates opened in the 2nd through 5th innings. And your final here from Sklitsky Field in Waterloo. Waterloo 12, Columbus 4. Waterloo will play next week, I believe, against Parkview. That game is down in Parkview. Waterloo able to even their record on the summer season, 1-1. Columbus drops to 4-2. So we will see you later for the next broadcast. I believe it's Parkview. I know we got to play Deerfield in here somewhere as well, but I believe it's Parkview is the next game, which will be next week. Once again, your final score from Sklitsky Field, Waterloo 12, Columbus 4.